Hey everybody, get in, loser. We're going to the Nightmare of Mensis. But real talk, we are going to the Nightmare of Mensis, and welcome back. Welcome back to Bloodborne. You'll notice I switched up my outfit a little bit, and I'm actually wearing Eileen's mask here. And the reason for that is the Nightmare of Mensis is full of frenzy, as we observed in the end of last episode. And I've actually also taken the liberty of switching one of our runes out to Deep Sea, which increases our frenzy resistance plus 200. And I want to make sure, yes, sedatives are equipped. This is the strongest sort of defense outfit that we have against frenzy. And I actually just want to point this out real quick, that outfits in this game actually have a little bit of lore attached to them. You can see the Hunter Garb frenzy resist is 56. If we look at something like the Choir Garb, the frenzy resistance is much lower at 16. But you'll notice that the arcane and bolt resistances are quite high, and so is poison. And this is probably because the choir is so closely is working so closely with great ones in the cosmos, and great ones tend to have both frenzy buildup and poison attacks. And you might be wondering, well, okay, why is frenzy so low then? Frenzy is sort of a reaction to learning the truth. Like if you have too much coming at you, you kind of go crazy and you can absolutely die from it. Frenzy is very easy to die from. If your meter maxes out, it's almost instantly a 1k hit. Trying to think what else has a low frenzy resistance. One of these has a very low one. Yeah, the Black Church Garb and also the White Church Garb. It's really interesting that these sort of church-affiliated, even the Tomb Prospector Garb, which is technically church-affiliated thing because it has this holy shawl on it. And let's see, Executioner Garb, again, has 17 frenzy resist. So basically, if you're working with the church, you have very low frenzy resist. By contrast, the Yargul Black Garb has 41 frenzy resist. Kind of interesting. Gascoigne, of all the church-related clothing, has the most at 23. I don't know. Just a little interesting thing that the clothing, if you are paying attention, they do have some connections to lore. But anyway, let's get into it. We are going to, no, not the Unseen Headstone, but the Nightmare Headstone, because we are going to the Nightmare of Mensis. I'm going to be moving pretty quickly here in the beginning, just in the very beginning, just because we will be exposed to so much frenzy out in the open. We really need to get out of kind of the eyesight of that glow that's going to be coming from up there. And I don't think we can see what's up there at the moment. No, I don't think we can. But we'll be heading up there. But yes, I will be moving quite quickly through here. Again, these kind of malformed skulls, and we're running. Grab this blood vial, be very handy, and just keep moving. It's very important to just keep moving through here. We will come back and grab other items later. I will grab what I can right now. We seem to be doing okay. Frenzied cold blood makes sense. We have more of those rock throwing assholes in here, so we need to be bobbing and weaving a little bit. Oh, don't do it. Okay. And if we actually come around here, I think, yes, we will get a bloodstone chunk. Heal ya. And that meter right there is an enemy that's getting stuck in a frenzy. That's what's going on there. But this is a safe spot over here, and we actually did quite quite well against the frenzy. Ooh. Okay. And we're good. Oh, wait. What the fuck? Ah. Yeah, those Lawrence Silverbeasts sometimes drop these stupid fucking worms. Especially when they're, I forget what makes them stop, but I'm about to die if I don't fucking kill that thing. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I think it's if it's out of sight of the glow, the frenzy glow, which I believe is happening not above us, but I think it might be happening somewhere in here. You can kind of hear a heart beating. Some sort of organ. You can also see some huge spiders behind us. Trying to think of the best way we could do this. If we come this way, we should be okay. No, I want to switch to that. Come on then. These are called Nightmare Apostles instead of just, you know, spiders. They're not quite as deadly as Rom's babies, but they can still pack a punch if you're not careful. There's one. There are tons of these bastards, and if you hit them with a bullet and you kind of pull them one by one, that's really the best way to kind of deal with them. If you walk straight into the room, they will all drop at once, which not a good time. And that guy's gonna drop to the bottom. So let's get you on the walkway. Oh, for fuck's sake. Thank you. Come on. Come on, then. And you do want to clear this room. Just so you have some maneuverability for the next little piece that we're about to encounter. And I know there are some small ones there. Another one there. You can also see these dangling cages coming from the ceiling. We'll be exploring what those do. This guy's going to drop to the bottom, but the pathfinding of the game will allow him to make it up the stairs, and then we can just deal with him at our leisure. At least it should. He should find his way up the stairs. Yep. Ooh! Yeah, you can see it took a bit off of me there. Top myself off. This is kind of slow going, but slow and steady wins the race. Come on. And this biggin is a bit of a problem. We'll deal with that once we get all the little ones out of the way. Hey. Let me come here. Hey, don't you back away from me. Also, if you're playing this portion online, it'll say a sinister, or a woman rings a sinister bell. She will be right here. This is where you find her. If you can rush in here and kill her, you might be able to stop from being invaded, which is pretty cool. From out here we get Kin Cold Blood. And I don't think we can see what's next yet over on that walkway, but we will be headed there. Here, let's just grab this back here. Madman's Knowledge. Can we see? No, not yet. There's something waiting on that bridge for us, or rather someone. Okay, just making sure I've cleared out the back first. Okay, let's take you guys. Shimon. And you might be thinking, one at a time, this is ridiculous. You know what, better safe than sorry. Honestly. I've been overwhelmed. Yep, see, I've been overwhelmed by these guys enough times in the past that it's kind of a fool me once situation. Ooh, thank you for the Quicksilver bullets. I was just thinking about that. When I was using my bullets. If we come out too far, we'll accidentally risk triggering the whole ambush. So again, one by one. Slow and steady. That big one is really the one that you have to be especially careful for because it has such a wide... Ooh! My camera fucked up there. Like, not to be making excuses, but good lord. That one has a very wide range, but there is a way to sort of cheese it. There. Alright, that should be the last itty-bitty one, I'm thinking. Splattered in blood. I wish I could have afforded the entire Krogarb set, but we're running low on echoes these days. So, gotta be pragmatic. And How do I want to deal with this? I think I'm gonna do the cheese way. There you go, you big son of a bitch. And we come in here. And that motherfucker cannot fit into the door, but you can see their fucking crazy legs can fit through the door. And I'm gonna see... Yeah, I don't have anything particularly effective. I could fire Ash it to death, but that's not gonna really do much. I don't like you. Oh, don't you do it. Oh god. Nope. Yep, and it does a little arcane spit. You gotta be really careful for that bad boy. Yeah, the reach on this guy is kind of crazy. Fire, I think, will help. Nope, fuck you. Oh god, yeah. That hitbox, not okay. Do another one? Yeah, you are. Stop that. Ooh. There we go. Woo! And you don't get shit for that, and that asshole does respawn. That's what's messed up. Over here we get Shaman Bone Blades, which I read before. It basically turns enemies against other enemies, but you can see these eyeballs sort of webbed to the wall. That's a pretty common scenery. You can see them on the ground too. Eyes. Grant us eyes. Oh, we haven't gotten there yet. We'll be getting there soon to the eyes. Grant us eyes. Over here, we see who I was trying to show you guys before. It's a hunter in the student set. His official name is Choir Intelligencer Edward, I believe. And that's basically a fancy way of saying Choir Spy Edward. I'm pretty sure his name is Edward. I know it starts, it's like either Edwin or Edward. Edvard, maybe. Just trying to get out of that. I think I actually want to switch to something a bit quicker for this guy. He is using the Threaded Cane, I believe, in Rosmarinus. So you're going to be able to see that Holy Mist in action. I think he's using... You can really hear the baby crying now. What's up, Broseph? I think he's actually using Ludwig's Holy Blade. Yeah, he is. Fuck out of here. He's a stout little fella in terms of health. He's very strangely aggressive, and it's kind of his downfall in many ways. Oh, there's Rosmarinus, and that will actually chip at your health quite a bit. You're done. Thanks for the memories, Edward, even if they weren't so great. What do we got? Sedative. That's going to be very helpful. We're actually pretty safe at the moment. Ooh, girl, that moon. Girl, that moon. Hell yeah. Moon is quite large in the nightmare, it seems. Just trying to see what we can see from here. The sky looks pretty murky and fucked up. Got more cages hanging about. Kind of all over the place. And we'll see what they're used for in a second. Some more cages. Maybe not all of the cages are used for what we'll use them for, but we'll see sort of a use for them that we can utilize. Here's some tapping around and more fucking eyeballs. And what's really interesting is these ones look like they're starting to turn into spiders, which is really interesting. Quite peculiar. Switch to Ludwig's. We see those guys that are tapping around down there. They'll be non-hostile to us for a while. And there is a shortcut. I don't think it's over here, but there is a shortcut very close by that we can open up, which will be very useful to us. It'll mean that we don't have to deal with the fucking spiders again. And Edward doesn't, Eddie, let's just call him Eddie. He doesn't respawn. Hunters don't respawn, typically. But here we get a chest. And we get another yellow backbone, which is what God, I cannot speak today. It's what we received when we defeated the One Reborn. And just as a refresher, it's a special material used in a Holy Chalice ritual. Special body parts collected by the Healing Church. What was this gruesome bait used to lure? The additional rotted offering beckons ungodly forces, normally terrifying things, but also worthy prey for a special hunt. And in the Nightmare version of Bergenworth on the second floor, we found a note that said, hunt the great ones, hunt the great ones. So is this backbone a sort of lure for great ones? I really don't know. There are some things that, you know, it is a FromSoft game after all. Not everything is sort of laid out for you to understand. Here, let me get a look at these guys because they will turn hostile at some point, but right now they're non-hostile. They're kind of weird looking, like kind of disproportional. They have armor, which is very unusual. Heavy armor is unusual in this game, so it's kind of odd to see them like that. And here we have an item, Frenzied Cold Blood, leading us to an elevator. And it drops us off back out in the Nightmare. But what's really important is that there's a lamp right fucking here. And so we could have taken sort of two alternative ways through the Nightmare. This is one of them. A little less in the eye of sight, rather. Let's see if I can pick up some items that are over. Oh, hi, friend. Oh no! Not what I wanted. Get away. Oh, hi. Hi, hi, hi. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Ooh. Woof. You are stout. There we go. Oh, you're not going to drop anything for me? What about your friend? Did he fall off the edge? He did. Okay, and then there's one more over here. I think we're just going to be out of sight of the frenzy. Nope, we're not. It's okay, though. Because now we are. And he goes off the side. And we see a church body here with the eye rune. A lesser eye rune than the one that we picked up. I'm trying to figure out if I can show you guys. Ooh, run, run, run. Hide behind a wall. Trying to figure out. Because the path deviates. Oof. 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 Yeah, you want to be... Basically, if you can hide from that glow, you're fine. There's something in there that's glowing. And we will discover what it is. Yeah, so... I believe we ran from over there and headed straight up. No, that isn't right. That isn't right at all. Maybe it is. No, yeah, that's right. Yeah, we crossed that bridge, and instead of taking this way, we went that way, I believe. Yes? No? Wait. Oh, the lamp is back here. The first lamp is back here. Yep, here we go. Okay, we're good. Fuck off, broski. Get killed by your own frenzy. So yeah, we could have gone this way instead. Just wanted to show you that. This would have been the safer way, but it ultimately would have been a dead end for us because this elevator would not have been activated. Oof. I'm actually going to... You stop that. I'm actually going to refresh my vials and my bullets and go back to the Hunter's Dream for just a second. Yay, that guy died. That's what those echoes were. But I'm going to refresh my stuff and then we'll jump back into this next part. So I will catch you guys back here and cut that out so you don't have to wait. Hey everyone, welcome back. You'll notice my blood echoes are lower. I leveled up once, put some into stamina, and I also spent the rest on blood vials just to make sure we're not getting in a deficit again. Anyway, let's continue on. This is actually a very kind shortcut. I think FromSoft realizes this is kind of an asshole of a section. Also, the camera is freaking out on this elevator. It typically doesn't do that. Anyway, these guys again, and there is a point quite soon where they'll turn hostile, but we don't really need to worry about it right now, and we can just largely ignore them, which is what I'm going to do. Here we get a beast blood pellet, which is very interesting, and just as a refresher, because it's been a while since we've picked one of these up. Large medicinal pellets supposedly formed of coagulated beast blood, banned by the Healing Church due to their unclear origin, grants a spurt of beasthood. Ripping apart the flesh of one's enemies and being rained upon by their splattering blood invigorates one's sense of beasthood, feeding strength and euphoric feeling alike. So this basically sort of gives you some properties of a beast. It kind of increases your attack, but I think you take more damage as a result. It's sort of like a miniature power within. And the name of that lamp that we lit down there at the end of the... ooh, that's a really good looking spider sort of eyeball there at my foot. But the name of the lamp that we just used is called Murgo's Loft Base. So this we can assume is Murgo's Loft. And who Murgo is a mystery to us right now. And fairly mysterious if you're not paying attention. They don't really spell it out for you. But here we get blue elixir, and this is some good shit. This is my favorite. And I've collected more than I thought I would in this playthrough. And we have a full 10. Gonna just let you know why I'm gonna shimmy through this area as quickly as I can. We have these very large sort of versions of these patrolling soldiers, knights, I'm not sure what you want to call them. There are, I think, 2 or 3 of them down there. You can also see these cages seem to be disconnected. I think a few are still suspended. Yeah. But, excuse me, had a hiccup there. The reason these ones are so important is because the range is huge, they hit extremely hard, and once they're aggroed, these little guys will become aggressive. So, we need to be very careful, and one of the ways to sort of, that's not what I wanted to do. One of the ways to deal with this is to put on blue elixir so we're a little bit harder to see. But it looks like he saw us anyway, maybe? Get some Madman's knowledge. Look it through here. I'm just sweeping to make sure I'm not missing any items. Oh, there's one. I gotta come through here, though. Don't you hit me, motherfucker. Lead elixir, which we know is a popular nightmare item. This guy's gonna fucking hit me, isn't he? Don't you do it! Okay. That was perfect! Our elixir just wore off. Excellent timing. We come up here. Start coming outside again. And we're gonna see... Yes, I believe this is where we start seeing the spookies. Up there, it looks like there's a crow, but it has a fucking dog head attached to a crow's body. Yeah. Delicious. Just really drink some of this nightmare shit in. Can top myself off. Over here we have some more dog-headed crows. And actually one crow-headed dog hiding in their midst. There you are. I see you, son of a bitch. Stop that. Yes, we have dog-headed crows and crow-headed dogs. Just truly incredible. Actually, I think it'd be smarter to switch to this a little bit faster. There's another one right there. Hi. And there's also that cage there full of some friends, and I always fuck this one up. Yep. I don't know what the trick is to that. I think the first time I tried I got it, but it could be as simple as just, yep, running into it. Don't jump, don't be extra. We get a tempering damp blood gem. Damp is sort of a signifier of quality, so it's likely quite good. I'll check that the next time I'm in upgrading gems on my weapons, which I've been doing off camera this entire time. I've been like sort of slowly switching them out as we get better and better ones. Here we have some crow-headed durgs. Hey. Don't make this difficult. Okay. We get a bloodstone chunk and kin cold blood. Very nice indeed. Making it happen, Captain. And over here, these cages are elevators, y'all. Where are you taking us to? Hilariously, this spits us out right next to that goddamn lamp. Pretty funny. So, this area is actually quite forgiving in terms of shortcuts. It, like, realizes that you're gonna be, well, that you're in a nightmare. Ha ha ha! But, and that this area is a nightmare to complete. Ha ha! Oh man, I'm killing it today. Anyway. Hear a particularly loud baby crying. Across here is an encounter. We're actually going to look on the side because I think there's an item over here. I could be very, very mistaken. Yeah, I'm probably mistaken. But you get these weird skeleton dudes who will keep respawning, but we're gonna clear them out of the way, and they hit surprisingly hard. Stop. Just stop it. And through here is actually a boss encounter, and we're at 30 minutes about, so I'm gonna cut it here, and in the next episode, we're gonna take on the boss. Thank you for joining me. I will see you next time for the rest of the Nightmare of Mensis. Or at least the continuation of it. Maybe we will complete it next episode. We'll have to see. Anyway, I will see you guys next time.